तौ संतोषयता संतौ श्रीलरूप सनातनौ दाक्षिणात्येन भट्टेन पुनरेतद्विविच्यते तस्याद्यं ग्रन्थनालेकं क्रान्तव्युत्क्रान्तखण्डितम् पर्यालोच्याथ पर्यायं कृत्वा लिखति जीवकः Hare Krishna. So in the last class we finished 89th Anushada, 91 Anushada, 91st. 92 we should start, na? 92? Okay. No, 94 we should start. Yes, 94. Yeah, 94. Tatra eva अन्वयेन सर्वशास्त्र श्रवण फलत्वं सकैमुत्यम aha. So bhakti is the tatra anvayena. That means through positive statement. Sarva shastra shravana falatvam. What is the result of hearing all the scriptures? That is nothing but bhakti. Bhakti is described as the final result of hearing all the scriptures. So this is said sakaimutyam, using kaimutya nyaya. It is said using the kaimutya nyaya. Kaimutya nyaya means what? What to speak of? If this weight can be lifted by a small ant, then what to speak of an elephant? Like this. If ant is able to lift that weight, then what to speak of in the case of elephant? Definitely it can do like that. So now what we are going to see? We are going to see the final result of hearing all the shastras is the bhakti that you want to establish. This you are going to say through the kaimutya nyaya. How it is? Then you can see. Srutasya pumsam shuchirashramasya nanvanjasa suribiriditorthaha tattadgunanusravanam mukunda padaravindam hrudayeshu yesham. You all recently we finished in Bhakti Vaibhava class. Yes? Who is speaking this? This sloka is spoken by? Who is telling? Vidura. Vidura is excited to hear. So after Brahmaji Maitreya narrated appearance of in the 12th chapter of 3rd canto, before to this 13th chapter actually, before to this in the 12th chapter, Maitreya was describing as a secondary creation done by Brahmaji. In that creation, in the last actually, ending of that 12th chapter, we were hearing that Swayambhu Manu and Shatarupa both appeared from Brahmaji. So these both husband and wife, they appeared and they are going to have the 5 children. This much Maitreya explained in the 12th chapter of 3rd canto. Then after that, this much only he said, then Maitreya is so excited actually. He is very much excited to hear about the further story of Swayambhu Manu. Why? Why he wants to hear about him? So he could have asked about, directly explain, okay, anyway, this Brahmaji and Brahmaji having this so-called son, what is the point in this? Let it be over. Let me hear directly about the Lord. Did he felt like that? Did he feel like that? So Vidura, did he feel like that? No. But he is saying what? You see. Shrutasya pumsam shuchirasramasya. So he is not so happy just that much hearing. He wants to hear further about this Swayambhu Manu. Why? Why he wants to hear about this Swayambhu Manu? Reason he is giving here. Shrutasya pumsam suchirasramasya nanu anjasa suribhiri iditordha tattadu gunanusravanam mukunda padaravindam hridayeshu yesham, in whose heart, so Lord's lotus feet resides. In whose heart Lord's lotus feet resides? In the heart of devotees. And their qualities, tattad gunanusravanam. So hearing their qualities is the result of hearing all the scriptures. Srutasya suchirasramasya. Srutasya means here hearing all the scriptures, which is suchirasramaha. That means in this process one will be having the lot of pain actually. Hearing all the Shastras means all the Nyaya, Vyakaranam, Nyaya, Mimamsa, Vedanta, Shaddarshanas, Chanda Shastras, Kavya Shastras, all the kinds of the Shastras, all the different kinds of Darshanas, everything. So hearing of all the Shastras is a hard labor, and their result, Artha means their prayojanam, that means their result should be hearing of qualities of the devotees. So here Kaimutya Nyaya is there. That means hearing the qualities of the Lord, Lord's devotees is the result of hearing all the Shastras. Then what to speak? Then definitely hearing of Lord, that is bhakti. In this way. Hearing the qualities of the devotees means having devotion towards the devotees. That means if that is the result of the hearing all the Shastras, then what to speak? Definitely hearing of the qualities of the Lord. It will be definitely the result of the hearing of all the Shastras. That is the Kaimutya Nyaya. You are seeing Kaimutya Nyaya in this or not? The goal of people's hearing scriptures for a painfully long time, praised by the great devotees, Surbriditaha. That goal is praised by great devotees. The goal of people's hearing scriptures for a painfully long time, praised by the great devotees, is in fact hearing the glories of those in whose hearts the lotus feet of Mukunda reside. This. So that means Vidura is very much excited to hear about Swayambhu Manu, because Swayambhu Manu is also a great devotee, and hearing about him is going to purify him. So, and obviously hearing about the Lord is definitely is also the meaning for this also. You can take that meaning also, definitely. Pumsam srutasya vedardhavagatehe ayameva arthaha. Pumsam, for human beings, srutasya. Srutasya means vedardha avagatihi, understanding of meanings of Vedas. For people, or otherwise understanding of meanings of the Vedas. So what is the result of that? Understanding the meanings of the Vedas. Ayameva ardha. That is only the result. Prayojanam. What is that? Iditaha slagitaha. It is also praised. What is that? What is that result? Ko asau. Ko asau. What is that? Mukundasya padaravindam. So Mukundasya padaravindam, Lord's lotus feet. Yesham hrudayeshu, in whose hearts vartate resides. Tesham, that means those devotees. Tesham, of those devotees. Tesham tattadu gunanam bhagavad bhaktyatmakanam anushravanam. Tattadu gunanam is in the sloka. That means tesham, meaning of those what? Qualities. What kind of qualities? Bhagavad bhaktyatmakanam. Those qualities all are endowed with the bhakti. Devotional qualities, those are all. Anushravanam. So hearing continuously. This is the prayojanam actually. This is the prayojanam of hearing all the scriptures. Hearing the devotional qualities of the devotees in whose heart Lord's lotus feet resides is the result of hearing all the shastras.
Bhakti Vaibhav, and it's the same verse when discussed. That was also we got understanding. Shrutasya punsam suchira sramasya. That means hearing the Shastra, Vedas, that is painful and taking long time, the srama only.
Yeah.
But glorifying the Lord's devotee, like that, na, easy, as well as that is bhakti established. That is so here little difference is that means like that two meanings are there. That means here is meaning kamuttanaj is given, and there only superiority, like Vedas are difficult, just like and srama painful is there, and bhakti is like easy, and also something explanation was given.
What you want to say? That means suchira sramasya.
Yeah, that meaning something gave also. No?
Suchira sramasya is a sasti ekavachan. He is always going with this ratasya only. It cannot go with anything here.
No, I'm asking that is where there that last time also discussed, they explained, and
Yes.
this is Bhakti Sandrabha, that is Bhagavatam, that verse. So there was mentioned that is Shastra, scriptures, all Shruti, hearing all Shruti is difficult like that, and Srama,
Yes.
taking painful and labor.
Yes.
And Bhakti is like Anjasa also, there should be Anjasa means easy. That is something.
Here we are also today also we are saying that only. Na? Srutasya means hearing all the scriptures. So Suchira Sramaha is a Visheshana for that. It's that hearing all the scriptures is always is a painful labor only. But what is the result of that? Its result should be what? So hearing the continuous hearing the devotional qualities of the devotees in whose heart so Lord's lotus feet resides. And Anjasa means, so you can take according to Sridhar Swami, Anjasa means main, mukhya. Or other, in fact, you can also take like that. Akshay Prabhu.
Thank you. Oh, yeah, Kimuta is not very clear. I'm not able to understand. Kimuta, how Kimuta is applicable is not very clear to me. It is clear that shloka meaning that the purpose of reading all the scripture for a long time with great difficulty is to develop taste for the katha of pure devotees.
Yes.
But how is it for Kimuta Nyaya?
Kaimutya.
Kaimutya.
Kaimutya Nyaya. Kimuta means Kaimutya. So Kaimutya Nyaya, how you are seeing? So hearing the devotional qualities of the devotees is a result. Then what to speak in the what to speak of hearing the qualities of the Lord? That is obvious.
Okay.
If hearing the qualities of the devotees is a result of all the scriptures, definitely,
Okay.
yeah, hearing of all the scriptures will be the hearing the qualities of the Lord.
Yeah. Got
Like
it.
that. Yeah. So that's why he said in the next, Tatah Sutarameva Sri Mukundasya Ityarthaha. Thus, one should hear about the qualities even more than that. Even more than that. That's obvious. एवमेव उक्तम वासुदेव परा वेदा इति वासुदेव परामका वासुदेव परा योगा वासुदेव परा क्रिया वासुदेव परम ज्ञानम वासुदेव परम तपा वासुदेव परो धर्मो वासुदेव परागति एवमेव उक्तम. In this way it is also said Vasudeva is the purport of the Vedas. Vasudeva is the object of all sacrifices, yoga, varnashrama, knowledge, austerities, and so and so. And also, Bhagavan Brahma Kartsnena Triran Vikshamanishaya Tad Adhyavasyat Kuthasto Ratir Atman Yato Bhavet. Even after referring thoroughly, after reviewing thoroughly 3 times Vedas, Brahmaji concluded that what is the conclusion of those Vedas? The process is determined that the process which produces prema for Lord Hari. So that's why now, after discussing these 12 cantos, that Guru Shishya Bhava, through that disciplic succession. So in the all the teachings of gurus who are mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam, so from their teachings we understood bhakti is only the abhidheya is the bhakti. Bhakti is only prescribed by everyone as the process to be followed by the jivatma to come out from his miserable condition. And after that is over now, after finishing that, now we are started seeing the Sarvasastra Shravana Falatvam. So not only in the Bhagavatam, different speakers are teaching, but even all the scriptures, hearing of all the scriptures also should result into, so hearing the qualities of the Lord. Hearing the qualities of the Lord. Okay. This should be the case. This should happen actually. Huh? If hearing the qualities of the Lord devotees itself is a result of hearing all the scriptures, then what to speak? Definitely hearing the qualities of Lord also. That's obvious. So why we are hearing the qualities of the devotees? Because they are the devotees of the Lord. Then why not the qualities of the Lord? That's the Kaimutya Nyaya. Understood?
Cannot separate the Lord's devotee and Lord. Wherever Lord's devotees quality glorification is there, Lord is always there.
Yeah.
Because Lord is and devotee are not separable.
Yes.
Not separate, only Lord.
Because they are devotees of the Lord. So why they are so excel in their behavior? Because they are devotees. Obvious. Next. Tathacha. So पाद में बृहत् सहस्र नामनी, पाद में बृहत् सहस्र नामनी, स्मर्तव्य सततं विष्णुर्विस्मर्तव्यो न जातु चेत्, सर्वे विधि निषेधास्योरेतयोरेव किंकरा. Vishnu should always be remembered and never forgotten. All injunctions and prohibitions are servant of these two. All the scriptures are mentioning so many rules and regulations. And all the regulations and rules are meant for remembering Krishna always and not forgetting. That is the purpose. Why these many books are there in the libraries? This is the purpose of study. If anyone is going to school, colleges, they should understand this. If their purpose of studying is not to remember Krishna, then that is Srama eva hi kevalam. You may write the NIOS exams. You may write MBBS exams, or you may write the engineering exams, whatever it may be. Simply, you may hear Sanskrit Vyakaran, Sanskrit classes you may attend. You may write Bhakti Vayo exam. That's the purpose is you are studying here. Srimad Bhagavatam also. Why? Just to remember Krishna always and not to forget.
Here, smartabhyam smartabhya satatam Vishnu. Vismartabhyam na jat chit. Can you please explain? Because some smartabhyam satam always already there. That means constant again and vismartabhyam na jat chit. Two things mentioned. That is one sentence already indicates na constant. There's no question of forgetfulness. Why again never forget? Two things are.
Acha.
Can you please explain this?
So, smartavya satatam Vishnu is enough. Why we need to say vismartavya na jatu chit? Never forget him. Why is the need of this? What is the need of this? This is the point you are asking, na Prabhu? Yeah, actually, remembering always Krishna.
Two things are separate. That's just like you gave example, railway line to track is there. So one is remembrance and not forgetting Krishna.
Anything a negative way it is said, that is strong. That means strong statement. You are emphasizing that. If you drink for good health, drink milk. If you don't drink milk, you will get diseases. Or otherwise you will not have good health. If you say like this, that means same thing you are saying, but it is even strengthening more. That means if you don't do this, it will happen. Like example, if you take like Sandhya Vandan, every day we do 3 times. If you do Sandhya Vandan, you will not get anything. But if you don't do, you will get this sin. So that means if you don't do, you should do always. Then what I should get? One may ask. You will not get anything. By doing Sandhya Vandan, you will not get any punya or anything. That's a prescribed, that's all. But if you don't do, then you will get the sin. Understanding? Similarly here, you should, that means don't do, if you don't do, some negative thing may come actually. So that's why to cover everything, generally, if something is very important, then both ways it is said. You should remember Krishna and you should not forget Krishna also. You should remember Krishna if you say, okay, if I remember Krishna, I can get some result. Okay, I don't want. They may say like this. If you say only, you should always remember Krishna. If you instruct like this, okay, if I remember Krishna, I may get some favor from Krishna. I don't want any favor from him. So people then, okay, I don't want any favor from him and I will not remember what is there. But when you say you should not forget, then it is binding. Understand? Yeah. You should not forget if you say, oh, acha, that means it is compulsory now. So you should remember Krishna. If this much you say, okay, I should remember what I should get from them. Some favor, some bhakti. I don't want any bhakti. Then people can take that neglectfully. When you say you should not forget Krishna, then it is mandatory for everyone. It's compulsory for you also. Okay? That's important actually. तथा च स्कांदे प्रभास खंडे लिंग पुराणे च. Even in the Skanda Purana, Prabhasa Kanda, and also Linga Purana, it is said, Alodya sarva sastrani vicharya cha punah punah idameva sunishpannam dhyeyo narayana sada. Idameva sunishpannam dhyeyo narayana sada. Alodya sarva sastrani vicharya cha punah punah. Churning all the scriptures and reviewing them again and again. Review means vichara, alodya means churning. Again and again. It is definitely concluded that Narayana should be meditated upon. So, continuously. So these are all from Purana statement, it is clear. Next, Atayeva Vedarpana Mantra. Even Vedarpana Mantra, that's Vedarpana Mantra, I don't know what is this. Mantra for offering Vedas, or I don't know. Something we translate, but Vedarpana Mantra. Iti vidyatapo yonir ayonir vishnuriditaha brahmagnastapate deva priyatam me janardana. Thus Vishnu, who is without cause, is praised as the cause of knowledge and austerity. Knower of Brahman performs austerities for him. May the Lord be pleased with me. Mahabharata, actually, it is from 1247-63. Iti vidya tapo yonihi ayonihi Vishnu Riditaha. Vishnu is Vishnu, who is without cause, is praised as the cause of knowledge and austerity. Ayonihi, that means Vishnu is Ayoni. He doesn't have any cause. Who is the cause for Vishnu? Who is the cause for Krishna? If you keep on searching, someone is there? No. It is absolute, that's why. Since Krishna is not having any cause, why we are saying Krishna is absolute truth? Absolute means there is no origin for this. And he is the origin for everything. That is known as absolute. Otherwise, it is relative. If some cause is there, then it is relative. So your relative means who is having the some connection, actually, cause. Brahmagna tapate devaha priyatam me janardana. Brahmagna means Novra Brahman performs austerities for him. May Lord be pleased with me. Main point is what in this sloka? Vidya tapo yonihi. He is the cause of knowledge and austerity. That's the point. Okay, next. 95th anucheda. Yato yascha shastre varnashramaacharo vidiyate tasya apyanupamacharitam phalam bhaktireva yatha. Yatah yascha shastre varnashramaachara vidiyate. Even varnashramaachara, following the varnashram. Tasyapi anupamacharitam phalam. So what is the result of that? Bhakti, anupama charitam, anupama. There is no upama, anupama. Upama means comparison. Anupama means uncomparable. There is no comparison for that. Anupama charitam phalam. The greatest result of varnashrama conduct is bhakti. दानव्रता तपो होम जपस्वाध्याय संयमैः श्रेयोभिर्विविधैश्चान्यैः कृष्णे भक्तिर्हि साध्यते. Bhakti unto Krishna is attained by charity, strict vows, austerities, fire sacrifices, japa, study of Vedic text, controlling the senses, and by the performance of many other auspicious practices. This is from the 10th canto, 47, chapter 24, sloka what? Dana, Vrata, Tapo, Homa, Japa, Swadhyaya, Samyama. And also other various sadhanas are there. Shreyo bhi vividaihi. All by all these, what is achieved? What should be achieved? Krishna bhakti. Krishna bhakti sadhyate. By all these, what should be achieved? Krishna bhakti. How dana, vrata, tapa, homa, all these can give the bhakti in Krishna? Charity will give the bhakti in Krishna. There are so many people are doing the charity. they are all getting the bhakti and they are all becoming devotees? Is it like that? Then why it is said here? Vrata, Chandrayana Vrata, this Vrata, that Vrata, so many Katyayana Vrata. If I do Vrata, then I will get the bhakti. Tapas also I will get bhakti. Homa, Japa, Swadhyay. Swadhyay means studying his own limbs of or branches of his own Vedas. In the previous days, every Brahmana is having their own branch of studying the Vedas. Divedi, Trivedi, Chaturvedi, Patak. Swadhyaya, their own portion of this branch of the Vedas. So by all these, how they all should lead to Krishna Bhakti, or otherwise? How by all these bhakti is attained? Then you should see. Dana means what you should take here. Danadibhi Sri Krishna Santoshartaihi iti gneyam. All these done for the pleasure of Krishna. So doing the dana for the Krishna means on the Janmashtami day, giving the cows in charity to the devotees. And vrata means doing the Ekadasi vrata, Janmashtami vrata. Tapas means following the 4 regulative principles. Homa means sacrifice. What is that? This Sankirtan Yajna. Japa, holy name. Swadhyaya means studying the Srimad Bhagavatam. Samyamaihi, even other devotional regulations. Samyamaihi, etiquettes. Shreyobhihi vividaihi, even whatever other sadhanas which are giving the good welfare for you, all those also, everything should be done in the sense of for the pleasure of Hari, Krishna. And they ultimately will give bhakti in Krishna. They all give bhakti in Krishna. That means varnashramachara vidiyate. Shastre varnashramachara vidiyate. That means if you want to design a system, if you want to design a society, there is a various rules and regulations, prescribed duties are there for the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra, Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyasi. For all of them, various rules and regulations are given in the Dharma Shastras, like Dana, Trapa, Vata, Swadhyaya, Homa, ityadi. These are all should be done. They all should be done with this way, in this way. Dana means there also in the Dai Varnashrama system, then how you should take. In Varnashrama system, Dana is there, then in Dai Varnashrama system, how you should take. Dana means giving charity to the devotees. Vrata means there, Vrata is mentioned, then how you should take here Vrata in the Dai Varnashram. Vrata means like this, Ekadasi Vrata. This is the system actually. That's why one should study Varnashram system with the eyes of the Pancharatra Vidhi. And then he can design the Daiva Varnashram. That is the way. Yeah. Arjuna Sakapu.
Prabhu, here the Sutrasthaniya Vakya is the greatest result of Varnashram conduct is prescribed in scriptures as bhakti. Means the Varnashram system prescribes the dan, brato, tapo, home, etc. and which results in bhakti. But you were saying that this dan means Krishna Sambandhi dan. So that is not prescribed in Varnashram system. So why Jiva Goswami give this Bhagavatam verse as Vishaya?
Why? Prabhu, last line.
Matlab, The Sutrasthaniya Vakya saying that Dan, Brata, Tap, Home, this will results in bhakti.
Yes.
But you are saying that the Brata means Ekadashi Brata, and Ekadashi is not a Varnashram system.
Yeah.
Giving donation for cow in Janmashtami day, that is not in Varnashram system.
Yes.
So why Jiva Goswami is saying this Bhagavatam Bhakya as Praman?
Why is Jiva Goswami saying?
It is Praman for that Sutrasthaniya Vakya.
Acha. This is a Praman. Yes.
Ekadasi Brata, these are not the Varnashram system.
Yes. Yeah. So in the Sutrasthani Vakyam, Varnashrama gives the result. Varnashrama results into bhakti. I said this much. So yascha shastre Varnashramacharah vidiyate, that acharasya anupama phalam, anupama charitam phalam bhakti. So yatha example is given. Dana vrata tapo homa tapa ityadi. Samyahi Krishna bhakti rehi sadhyate. So here in the next line he is saying Danadibhi Sri Krishna Santoshardaihi iti gneyam. So Varnashrama system is saying the giving the charity, doing the vrata and so and so. Then how to understand? He is giving the purport for the. So Srila Jiva Goswami is giving the purport on the this Varnashrama system actually. This sloka is telling about the Varnashram. Dana vrata tapa homa tap. Those. These are the sadhanas given for the, like tapas is given for the, tapas is the sadhana for the Vanaprasthis. Swadhyaya is the sadhana for the Brahmacharis. Samyama is the sadhana for the Sannyasis. Dana, Vrata, and these are the meant for the Grihasthas. These are the activities prescribed for the Grihastha, Brahmachari, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasi. And these activities so are meant for what? Bhakti. So when they will give bhakti, when they will lead to the bhakti, that point, that purport is needed to, that purpose should be given. So in Varnashram system, if you do simply dana to anyone, that is not going to give bhakti. So what is the purpose of Varnashram system? Atah pumbir didishta Varnashram vibhashah swanishtitasya dharmasya samsiddhihi haritoshanam. So this purport is missing actually. Yeah. 11. Previously we also discussed. No?
By charity, vows, study, one cannot attain Krishna, one can attain bhakti. So what is connection? How it is said? And here is
11.
11, 12, 9.
Why it is coming here?
Here is a dana, brata, tapa, hom, jap, swadhyaya, sanyama, shreyobhir, vividhaishannai, Krishna bhakti sadhate. That means by charity, by strict vow, by austerity, by sacrifice, etc., one can attain Lord. What is? Here is bhakti unto Krishna is attained by charity, strict vow, austerity.
What 11?
11, 12, 9 per translation.
Okay, that is okay. First of all, let me clarify this. Why you are all going there actually? All of you, just like that, huh? Interlinking. Okay. So okay, first of all, whatever he asked, that should be answered. Na? He is asking that this is varnashram system, and varnashram system is resulting into the bhakti. So that is the Sutrasthani Vakyam is saying varnashram system result into the result of the varnashram system is bhakti. So that means when that will become, when that varnashram system we are asked to do dana, vrata, tapa and so and so. When those will be turning into the bhakti, what is the varnashram system? Varnashram system is meant for the haritoshanam. So that means the internal purport, that means the inside meaning, if you see, all these dana, tapa, vrata should be done for satisfaction of the Hari. So that's why he is giving in the next Danadibhi Sri Krishna Santoshartaihi. When you did all these for the pleasure of the Krishna, then only they will lead into bhakti. Otherwise, varnashram system, that's why we are calling Daivi varnashram system. Why we are not saying simply varnashram system? Because so when you are varnashram system is a tool actually. If you use that for the satisfaction of the Hari, then that is Daivi varnashram system.
When Krishna says Chatur Varna Maya Srishtam,
Yes,
at that time Varnashram, which Varnashram Krishna saying?
that is said in the principle actually. So there are three modes are there in the nature, and these three modes are based upon Chatur Varnyam Maya system Guna Karma Vibhagashaha. So these four varnas are categorized based upon the three modes. There is a natural science. Everyone should accept you are not beyond the modes, and everyone is influenced by the modes. That's why everyone comes under either of one among these four categories. It's obvious until unless you are completely liberated from the modes. If who is liberated from the three modes, then he is different. But that is the point he is saying. So Arjuna, so as conditioned soul, if you take, he is influenced by the modes. So that's why he will be coming under either of one category of these four. Gunaha. And also, if being a society, we are in the society, you need to do some, you need to accept some occupation for your livelihood. It's a must actually. So, yeah. Yeah. So you should accept the some, so karma actually. So that's why everyone comes under the one of these four, any one category of these four. That is the point he said. But after categorizing them, then they will be having this certain prescribed duties, and all those duties should be done for the pleasure of Hari. Then that is Daiva Varnashram. If you take with that purport is everything doing Hari Santoshartham, Krishna Santoshartham. So Haritoshanam. So otherwise, simply Varnashram system, if you are not using that, if you are not doing for that, then that will not give Krishna Bhakti actually. Yes. It's just like you see in the third canto, second canto, you will be seeing the explanation. That's creation. Creation is explained. So that means first Garbhodaksa Vishnu, from him how the ingredients, various ingredients, that's a Virat Purusha came, and from him his energy is divided into how many types? 1, 3, 10. His energy is divided, and from that senses, sense organs, that means gross sense, subtle, then the subtle senses. So gross form of the senses and subtle, and also the controlling deities, all these are all coming, and also it is explained in that secondary creation from the Brahmaji, 4 varnas also coming. Yes or no? And also 4 varnas, 4 kinds of vidyas and 4 Vedas, all are coming. These are all natural actually. You may accept, may not accept now. So, but you are having 2 hands and 2 legs, any a common man, is a fact or not? Similarly, you are belong to the particular varna is also fact. So you are having 2 eyes, 2 ears, that's how it is a process of creation. You cannot say that I am out of this creation, I don't have 2 hands and 2 legs. And similarly, you cannot say that I am not belong to any varna. You have to, you are there in that. You are also, your body is also is a part of this creation only. When Brahmaji's mouth is coming 4 varnas, and those are all applicable to the whom, that means we are all coming either of one of that. But we may mix it, or we may not identify that. That's our ignorance. But everyone is belong to either of any one of that. And that must. That's why Prabhupada also says, society must be divided. Society must be divided. It is obvious actually. Once one is in the fully liberated stage, yes, they are out of modes. And they will be living like Goswamis. Only once in 3 days, little change, little buttermilk they will drink, and every day they will be doing the 24 hours. So bhajan. So that's why Varnashrama is also ultimately all the, that means all the hearing of all the shastras, the result of hearing all the shastras is the bhakti, should be the bhakti. And also following the all the varieties of the systems, that means Varnashrama acharaha. Varnashrama achara means so various conducts in their life. So you'll be having various conducts, and their result is also is bhakti only. We are establishing how bhakti is the supreme. We establish from the Bhagavatam teachings. Now we are also seeing the bhakti is only the result in many ways now. Taduktam, tad janma, tani karmani, tad ayuh, tan mano vachah, ityadi. Now what you are saying in the previous, that's 11, 12, 9. Yam yogena sankyena dana vrata tapo advaraihi vyakhya swadhyaya sanyasaihi na prapnuyat yatnavanapi. That means whom we are not able to get by the yoga, sankhya, dana, vrata, tapa, and so on so. That is Krishna. That means by yoga, by sankhya, by dana, vrata, tapa, and so on so other, you cannot get him. When you cannot get, if they don't do for the Haritoshanam. When it is said that you by all this you can get, that means condition is applied. That is when you did all those sadhanas for the pleasure of Hari. That is the point. That's why in the now the system is needed actually. We see Varnashram system as just agriculture and co-production, having some land and plowing it. But actually fact is what? You have to see first of all through the Shastra actually. What Brahmana should do, what Kshatriyas, what Vaishya, Sudra. So in the context of bhakti, you should see those duties, their duties. You have to define those. So then you have this some framework. Then those things can be implemented actually. So such a thorough book. These are the duties of the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya in the Varnashram system. These are the duties for the Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyasi in the Varnashram system. Where is that kind of research work? Where is that book? Sri Chand Prabhu, yes. You are going to write.
No, Prabhu. Prabhu,
Uh,
there is no pure Brahmana, like now, pure Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, there is no one like that, no, Prabhu. We all are mixed in all, some
Yeah.
quality. So, if everything is mixed, then we can't define duties for anyone. And also we tell Vaishnava is beyond the modes. So how can we identify him as Brahmana or something and give some duties?
Yeah. So Vaishnava, same question was also asked to Srila Prabhupada actually. So we are Vaishnavas. His disciples only was saying. You can see in the our conversations in the folio. Of course, yeah. Vaishnava on the platform of Vaishnava. So there are no Varna and ashramas, obvious. But why we are calling brahmacharis? Why you are calling grihasthas? Why you are accepting sannyasis? Why? In our ISKCON system, we have brahmacharis or not? Why we are having the sannyasis here? Why we have to take someone as grihastha? So say everyone is only devotee. Why this system is there? This should not be there. Yes or no? Vaishnavas means we should not categorize people as sannyasi and brahmachari. No man and woman also. Everyone is one. Everyone is Vaishnava. Everyone sit together. Everyone, no wife and husband also. Why we have to see someone as wife and husband? Someone's wife and husband. So that is also not. That is not also good. And also we are seeing Brahmana initiation. Why we have to say Brahmanas? Why Brahmanas only should worship? Why these are all things are accepted in our society? If everyone think is a Vaishnavism, this should not be there actually. Because that's actually acharyas are seeing the downfall of the devotion in the people's devotion. If you see 500 years back when Goswamis are sitting under the tree and they are not depending on anything and completely their bhakti is completely unconditional and their position is completely unconditional, completely beyond the modes. In that stage, definitely yes, there is no need of seeing any system. But people are conditioned still doing the sadhana and struggling. And so that we need to have the regulation. Otherwise, why we have to differentiate even food also? Why we have to see sattvic food? That means we should offer the patram pushpam phalam. Why that only? Why not other things should offer? Huh? So like this actually to accommodate actually any system you implement in the our devotional process, so that should be the that goal should be the elevating the people in the path of devotion towards the pure bhakti. That should be the goal actually. After studying the Srimad Bhagavatam, what we are understanding? So sat smartavya satatam vishnoh vismartavya na jatu chit sarve vidinishedah syur yetayo eva kinkaraha. So this principle, if it is going inside, then everything is easy actually. Every rules and regulations, every scripture is saying whatever rules and regulations that is meant for the remembering Krishna and not for forgetting the Krishna. That is a guideline, that is the underline we should remember, and with that intention, if anything is done, then that is good. That is definitely helping for us only. It's not going to, so that's why with that mood, why we have to study Bhakti Sandarbha? So because to understand this, everything is meant for Bhakti. So with that view, if you do something for the helping the people who are now in the lower stages of Bhakti, then that is good actually. That is needed actually. Who are not in that stage, who are not beyond the modes, So for them, there is need of rules and regulations. There is a need actually. You need to define these are the women and this is the men, and you should sit there and you should sit here. It's not that we are all Vaishnavas and let's sit together and stay in one house. In temple, let's call all the women also brahmacharinis. And it's not easy actually. We are all Vaishnavas, and then why we have to follow any that kind of bodily platform? Why we have to identify people as women and men? So that will go to the end at what end? And even why we have to respect the family system? Marriage system is also comes under the varnashrama. It's one of samskara, vivaha samskara. Then you should not accept that also. Everything we should rule out. Only one thing is Vaishnava. Then you imagine the society how it will be. So we already accepted the system. We already accept the system, but only thing is properly you should accept and properly refine it and take it. And for this Kali Yuga, that's why we need Brahmanas who can envision, who can give the vision for the society, who read the properly, thoroughly the Shastra, and who understood the real meaning of all the instructions of the Shastra. And such a people are needed in every community. So you may be from Bangladesh, you may be from the Orissa, you may be from this. In your community, such a potential person who can guide the people, and such a people we need actually. There is a need to keep. That's why first, this Krishna conscious movement, Prabhupada says always, is meant for creating the Brahmanas and Kshatriyas. This movement is meant for creating the Brahmanas. He says many places, because that is the head of the society actually. Once properly Brahmanas are, that's why you are saying there are no perfect Brahmana. So Prabhupada is saying answer for this. Yes, that's why I am creating this Krishna conscious movement. He is saying these are meant for this is a Krishna conscious movement is meant for that, to revive that, so that everyone will be so elevated actually and towards the Krishna Prem. Okay, next. Bruhan Naradiye Tajjanma Tani Karmani Tadayu Tanmano Vacha Ityadi. Even in the Bhagavatam 31st chapter, in the 9th sloka. That is the birth. Those are activities. That is lifespan. That is mind and words of humans by which Lord Hari, the soul of universe, is served. Even we saw previously. What is that? Even 11th canto, 5th chapter, second sloka. There also we have seen Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra. When they will be called, when they will be in their position, their varna, if they all worship the Vishnu, otherwise they are fallen. They are fallen. How can you decide who is Brahmana, who is Kshatriya, who is Vaishya, who is Sudra? Whoever is worshipping the Vishnu, they are only, so they can maintain their position. So 11th canto you see in the 5th chapter, 2nd sloka and 3rd sloka. Chamasa. मुकबाहुरुपादेभ्यः पुरुषस्याश्रमैः सह चत्वारो जग्निरे वर्णा गुणैर्विप्रादयः पृथक् येषां पुरुषं साक्षात् आत्मप्रभवमीश्वरं न भजन्त्यवजानन्ति स्थानात् भ्रष्टाः पतन्त्यधः. These 4 varnas are coming from the Virat Purusha, of the Virat Purusha's mouth, hands, thighs, and also feet. These 4 varnas are coming from there. and they are respected as those varnas when so yesham purusham sakshat prabhavam ishwaram. So if they are not going to worship the Vishnu, that means from whom they are coming, if they are not going to worship that, then they are fallen. They are coming from whom? They are coming from the so Virat Purusha, who is nothing but Garbhodaksa Vishnu's first avatara, Prathama avatara. And that means they are coming from the Supreme Lord. And if they don't follow, they don't worship, and if they neglect the Vishnu, then they are not those varnas. If you are not respecting your father, you should not have any right to write his name, his family name. You are not belong to that. So like that.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Prabhu, here is this, as we discussed, Varnashram, as you says, as you Chatur Varna Masrashtam, and
Yes.
then says everybody in modes of in a particular mode. That's why I created natural system. Okay, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra will be certainly the different modes, isn't it? But here is it, they are coming from lots of different Chaturvarna, Charvarna, 4 Varnas, and they should worship to the, if they are worshipping the Lord while being their particular ashram, then that is worthy for calling as a Brahmana,
Yeah.
Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Now question is come, okay, because they are particular modes, that's why their Varnashram is there. So actually Varnashram is Dai Varnashram only, not like that. We
Yes.
can say Varnashram
yes.
is Dai Varnashram, not like
Not yes.
when Krishna says
Yes.
Chaturvarna Mas Rashtam,
Yes.
his Dai Varnashram is only
Yes.
establishing. We can say now we are knowing Asri Varnashram because now people are not following. That's why we can say. So otherwise that is Dai Varnashram.
Otherwise, Varnashram is only one. That
Varnashram
means is meant for Hari only.
Varnashram is Dai Varnashram.
Varnashram. Yes.
Okay, then again question, then their Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, while being in particular modes of nature, they are worshipping to the Lord. So can, as bhakti is a 3 beyond, can, then we can say they are beyond 3 modes of nature, because bhakti is beyond the modes of nature, because they are serving the Lord while being their particular modes.
Yeah.
Question is,
So when they are doing bhakti,
yes. And while
then,
being as a particular ashram, while being in ashram mode, because they're worshipping the Lord, and bhakti is beyond modes.
yes.
So how to know? Because he's a Brahmana, he's a Kshatriya, Vaishya, but he's worshipping the Lord.
Yeah.
And so it is called bhakti by definition is beyond the modes.
Yes.
So how to know?
Why not? So this hand is there. This hand now you are applying in the devotion. After applying into the devotion, it is becoming hand only or not? Is not changing in some other thing. Similarly, Brahmana is serving the Lord. So, but still that physical qualities will be there. Na? That means for Vyavahara, you can do that. Na? So, of course, now you are engaging this hand in the service and this hand you are not engaging. What is the difference between these 2 hands? Both are hands only, but one is spiritualized, another is not spiritualized. So, as much as you engage in the spiritual process, those will become that much so spiritualized. So that means he is a spiritualized Brahmana, he is not spiritualized. And also as much as he progress in the devotion, that much. So that's why you are offering so rice, sabji, dal, everything to the Lord. Of course, everything is prasadam only, but still you identify, na? This is rice, this is curries, and this is the juice. And we are not saying that everything prasadam and then how to differentiate. That is not there. Na? Vyavahara we are doing or not? That's a Vyavahara we can do. But in underlying principle is what? Everything is prasadam only. But still we identify the difference also. That is not a fault actually. Then you should not call rice. You should say only prasadam. Whatever is given, then you should not make a menu also. Yes or no? Yes. Then make everything as one goal and give.
Brahman worship.
Ramchandra Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, this in the 11.5.2,
Yeah.
and also like in 4.13 Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that Chaturvanyam Maya Srishtam, Guna Karmi Bhaksha.
Yes, Prabhu.
So we understand that like Brahmana, Vaishya, like Kshatriya and Shudra, they are coming from the three mixed modes of material nature, like by mixing them.
Yes.
And in the universal form, they are coming from the like face, arm, thighs, and feet.
Yes.
And in the same thing, he said like also the spiritual orders were also generated.
Yes, Prabhu.
So like I couldn't find anywhere like how the spiritual orders come from the Lord. How do we know like this brahmacharya, grasta, vanpasana, sannyas, like is it a mix of more? Like how do we know that these four things?
These are phases of the life. So everyone undergoes these three, especially dijas. That means Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya. These four varnas undergoes this. Three varnas undergoes these four phases. These are the phases actually. Phases of spiritual life. So varnas are meant for the occupation, for the livelihood, and brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha, and sannyasi, these are meant for the spiritual progress. These first four divisions of varnas are helping in organizing, so to get the livelihood. And four ashramas are helping to elevate the person spiritually. So that's why these four ashramas are meant for three varnas.
Brahmana, it comes from the Lord, like so. How just related? Like because we see like four varnas are basically coming from three modes of material nature. So ashramas are basically come like it's coming from Lord. Like so, I'm not able to relate like how where exactly is mentioned that it's coming from the Lord, or like where exactly is this?
And what? So you see, Brahmanas means who are sattvic, and Kshatriyas means who are in the passion. Vaishyas means mixing of rajas and tamas, and Sudras means most prominently influenced by the tamoguna. So like that you are asking, huh? Brahmachari, grihastha, like that you are asking?
Yeah, like there, so we can see the varnas are division like by this way.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
ashramas are, when say coming from the Lord, so like is it where is related in the universal body, like how that exactly is generated? These four things has to they have to go. Is it given by the guru, like the upadesha, to basically to progress in bhakti, or is it like in where it's mentioned is coming from the Lord dictated that a person has to go these four phases of life?
Yeah, these ashramas actually, yeah, we are not seeing they based upon modes. No, not modes. That means the phases of the life. Phase means first phase, second phase, third phase, fourth phase. So first 25, 1/4 of lifespan should be utilized for the learning, and the second phase is meant for the procreation, and also regulated sense gratification is allowed, and third phase is for the leaving everything. And leaving everything means leaving that whatever the regulated sense gratification, whatever regulated sense gratification one is having, so leaving that and doing the tapasya, austerity. And fourth is completely controlling samyama, sannyasi, that means samnyasi is controlling fully all his senses. So in this way it is just evolution of the consciousness. So consciousness should be evolved, it should progressive. So in that way it is divided, not based upon the modes. Evolution of the consciousness.
These four ashramas are generated at the time of creation also.
Yes, yes. That prototype is there. That principle, the concept, sattvaguna. So brahmanas are coming from the sattvaguna. So that principle design, that is from the original only, from the Garbhodaka, that's from the Virat Purusha only. They are all These are all coming. So you see, in your body, nose is there, eyes are there, ears are there. But these are all originally, so are where they are actually. They are all in the Samishti Purusha already. That is in the Virat Purusha. And that energy actually, that's Adhyatmika, Adidhaivika, Adibhautika energy is that means originally everything has one, then after that is segregated into three forms: Adhyatmika, Adidhaivika, Adibhautika, and then after that using that concept of eyes, that means seeing concept, hearing concept, tasting, these are all, that means ears, nose, tongue, everything is created, that principle is created. Then after that Brahmaji is allotting those to the jiva based upon their karma. Otherwise, how Brahmaji can assign this is the karma for this jivatma and he has to so have this many senses? Now human being have 5 senses fully working, but if you see some other animals, they have only 4 senses, 3 senses, 2 senses, 1 sense organs, not fully all senses are developed. That's what jivatma based upon its karma it is going to have this principle. That means this whole, oh, if one's karma is like this and this many senses should be given and this is the things, this kind of body should be given, this many varieties, this whole structure, whole design is nothing but the Virat Purusha. That's Lord himself is creating that. When that Virat Purusha is appearing, so when it is connected to the navel of the Garbhodaksa Vishnu, then whole thing is formed there. Yeah, 2.5. Purushasya mukham brahma kshatrametasya bahavaha urvorvaishyo bhagavata padyam shudrobhya jayata. So second canto, 5th chapter. So 37 sloka. 37 sloka. So from the Virat Purusha, how these are all so appearing actually. So if you see the second canto 10th chapter and also third canto 6th chapter, so when the Virat Purusha is formed, you will be understanding all this. In the whatever society now we have varieties of the species, varieties of the animals, trees, bees, different kind of birds, and all these are all created by the Lord, these varieties. Now we are doing the genetically modification and we are producing new thing, different varieties of the things, but actually this is a disturbance in the society. This will be disturbing the natural systems. Then that will be the leading to the bad results. That karma is becoming the kukarma, that will be giving a punishment in the form of various ways. Okay, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we'll discuss tomorrow remaining thing. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki. Lila Govind Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Dandat Pranam Prabhu.
Pranam Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
That means this last statement you made, that means whatever the genetically modified are created are not in this 8.4 million living entities.
Yeah, they are not. Actually, we are producing some different species also. The DNA structure, if you change the genetical pattern, so you will be seeing someone is having the hand here, one more like this, and also nose, instead of here it is shifted to here. You may have a nose like this. Yeah. So, and also different kinds of these are genetically, when the pattern is changed. So genetical modification means it will lead to such a distortions in the natural chains, and that will be the disturbance in the society actually. That will create the big problems.
My question is it beyond 8, like they're creating the things which are beyond 8.4 living entities? Is it?
So, but principles are there only, Prabhu. That means if you see, even if you produce new species, that eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and basic elements, 22 elements. That means five. That means five pancha mahabhutas, pancha tanmatras, pancha karmendriya, pancha gnanendriya, mind. You cannot create beyond these 23 elements.
That's
You can use these elements and you can disturb the society by creating the secondary creation. Brahmaji, whatever he is doing, there you can disturb actually. But in the primary creation, you cannot do. Prakruta Srishti, Vaikruta Srishti, two are there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay. Thank you.
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.